Hello everyone. So since I'm not in school today, I wanted to give you a quick video on what I'm expecting from you while the sub is there, making sure that everything is getting completed for the day. If you look into Schoology today, you're going to obviously go to week 5 and then go to Friday. When you go into Friday, you will see underneath that folder your normal agenda, just like we always do. You'll see for your bell ringer, you have 2 items today. The first thing is your Words Their Way packet. Since I am not here today, I cannot check to make sure that you did your homework last night. Just make sure that that packet is ready for Monday when it comes to your Thursday night homework, and I will check it on that day for that point. So Words Their Way, just keep it tucked in that red folder, and I will look at it on Monday. But what I would like you to do is get out your planning sheet that you've been working on hopefully throughout the week, because I'm going to have you complete your weekly reading log. So make sure that when you are completing your weekly reading log, I'm going down to my agenda here, make sure that you've submitted your weekly reading log where you have that 4 or more sentences. Remember, in order to earn all of your points, you have to have 4 or more sentences to the question that you have chosen. When you are done with your reading log, please go ahead and place your planning sheet in the blue cart. My cart that's on wheels over by the door. Please place your sheet in there. I will look at those sheets then when I come back next week, and those that have it completed with that parent signature will get the bonus point back to you. So that's just the easiest way to do that versus having a sub trying to figure out who actually has it completed. So again, you will be completing your reading log, placing that planning sheet in the cart when you are done. Then the rest of class is actually on your own today. So if you look here, you have additional steps that you need to be following through independently and on your own and quietly in my classroom. No partner work today, no whole class work. I just need you to complete and practice reading responses on your own at your desk. So in doing that, it says right here as step number 2, complete the passage in question and questions of the passage that's called Would You Eat Cafeteria Food That Is 100% Veggies? So you will go ahead and go into the folder today. You will get that passage, read through it, and answer the questions. The nice thing about this passage is it actually is practicing all the 3 different types of responding to reading. So you will see that there is a reflective response as well as an inferential response and literal. So you will need to make sure you answer those questions that are given to you. When you are done with that passage and the questions, you will also notice directly underneath it in your folder today that you will be able to check your answers with the answer key. So obviously you are completing it on your own first. When you are done, check it with your answer key. When you are satisfied with what it is that you have completed, then I need you to submit the veggie passage question responses into Schoology today, and that will be for 8 points. Once you're done with that, you will then pull up the passage and questions on something called Inferencing with Anita. It's just a short little passage about Anita and her family. As you read through that, I want you to make sure that you also be careful with it because it is inferencing, and we know inferential responses are the hardest because you have to take what you know as well as those clues that are sometimes hidden in the passage to answer the questions. So once you have completed your Anita passage, then again, the answer key will be inside of Schoology, so check that for yourself. And the thing with Anita is I do not want you to submit that one into Schoology because we will take some time next week to look over that response and or that passage and the responses to the questions that you gave. No homework for this weekend, unless obviously if you want to read for enjoyment, then please by all means do that. And if you have any free time or extra time in class today, I would like you to quietly just pull out your independent reading book, and I'd like you to read quietly at your seat. Please do not bother the sub when it comes to, can I sit on the floor? Can I sit up front? Can I sit in the hallway? I just want everybody to stay in their seats so we can get through the lesson today and make sure that everybody has enough time. So let's continue on, and I'm actually going to just real quickly show you what is in the green folder for today, just so that you understand where to get the items you need to complete your lesson. All right, so real quick, these are the items in your folder for today. So obviously you see your reading log right here. You're going to click on it just like you have in past weeks. Make sure that you give me a well-rounded response with that 4 sentences or more. And then make sure you put the planning sheet into my blue bin. Once your reading log is done, here is that passage on cafeteria food. So the passage and the questions are right here. You'll put that into Notability and complete it. When you are done and you've completed it, then here's your answer key that I want you to double check yourself. Make sure your answers are the correct answers. And then you will be submitting that into Schoology today. Once that's done, you have your Anita passage on inferences. And remember, you don't want to be too tricked up on those inferences, right? Make sure that you are using your knowledge as well as you are looking at the clues that are in the passage. There are some tricky ones here. Some of these family members, it's hard to figure out what kind of people they actually are. So be very careful with those clues. When you're done though, again, answer key is here for Anita's questions so you can check yourself. You do not need to submit the Anita passage. We will be looking at it tomorrow. Just as a quick reminder, you do have your reading response test on Tuesday of next week. We gave you that study guide yesterday. So make sure that you understand those 3 different types of responding to reading. Lastly, if you do have time at the end of class, remember, I'd like you to pull out your independent reading book and just read quietly for me until class is over.